Hello and welcome to episode 140 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. When I began this podcast, there was only one other Zeppelin podcast, and that was the Ramble On radio podcast. And now there seems to be quite a few. Well, I mean a handful anyway. I don't know how many of them are regular, but there's a bigger landscape, and that's good. Nothing but good for you, the listener, and the fan. Tonight, we are talking about and listening to Jimmy Page, Robert Plant in Munich, Germany, November 23rd, 1998. This is the tail end. The last few shows of the 98 Walking Into Everywhere tour for supporting Walking Into Clarksdale. And this tour in general, I did not see this. I saw them in 95. I didn't see them in 98, and that's a bummer. Because Jimmy is playing, he was playing nice in 95. In 98, he's playing ridiculously good. And the closer we get to the end of the tour, the better the boy is playing. And the more and more to his side, Jimmy is seducing the band. Charlie Jones, Robert Plant's son-in-law, and Robert's bass player. And what's his name? Michael Lee on drums. Also Robert's drummer. But by the end of this tour, during this tour, they're pulled inexorably into Jimmy's orbit because Jimmy's playing so well and they're playing like a band and it pulls it out of them and they gel up. It's so good. Robert's voice is ridiculously good here. But by this time, he'd already decided he was done with Page Plant. He did not want to go out doing the oldies circuit. He wanted to do his thing, and he did his thing for a while. But Walking Into Clarksdale did not, light the charts on fire for good reason. It's not a great album. They chose the wrong producer, and I think they chose the wrong ethos and just let's run in and just get it out in a couple of weeks like the old days. Then you end up with a bunch of really spare, bare bones songs, like three of which sound essentially the same. But I am neither Robert Plant nor Jimmy Page, so I have to keep my criticisms a little low. I did like Most High, a very nice, well-produced track that they worked on. Kind of like on Presence, where they worked on Achilles, they worked on Nobody's Fault But Mine, and then some of the other stuff seemed a little more, let's just leave it as it is and run with it. Not that I don't like Presence, not that I don't like Clarksdale, but I honestly cannot tell you the last time I listened to the album. It was way before I started this podcast back in like 2007 or whenever I did my first one. So there's that. Although there are some good songs. Most High, like I said, and Heart in Your Hand, which I also love very much. But the rest of the ones, I don't know, man. The rest of the ones sound very much like a Robert Plant solo album. With that breathy kind of singing he does. Which I get. He's an old man. He wasn't then. He was only 50. But he was moving more towards into that style. Anyway, again, I always say I have to stop that. I use that as a verbal prop, but there wasn't a first time. So saying again is disingenuous. I apologize. I'm going to try and stop that shit. So it was a bummer when this tour ended. I get it. It's the same kind of thing why they didn't tour after the reunion in 2007. It's Robert's like, okay, we did that. What's the next thing? And I respect him for that. And the older I get, the more I respect him for that. For not just going out and flogging Led Zeppelin. For doing this going, our Clarksdale tour pretty much just evolved into Led Zeppelin's greatest hits. And that's not what he's about. Anyhow, we are going to listen to 3 tracks from this show. It's a great recording. The Lineage is Master. Ripped right from the master. Ripped from the headlines. November 23rd, 98. Again, Olympia Hall, Munich or München. And the set list for those who wish to download this show, which will be available at heartofmarkness.com. I am almost caught up. Oh, that was hot. I'm sorry. I got to turn the mic down a touch. I am almost caught up, friends. I jammed out a whole bunch. I got way behind on the website, and I apologize. There's no excuse for it other than I've been busier than usual. And when I get home, I'm not in the mood to do anything but chill. And do the shit that needs to be done. You know, like eat and shower and clean and do that stuff. So I did rally this week and get everything caught up. And by the time you hear this, I should be all the way caught up. All the way caught up being probably not including this show. But yeah, like the Dylan show is up. I'm caught up to the Dylan show now, which means one more. I got to get the Pontiac show up from last week, which I'll do tonight. And then this one, which I'll post and get, well, I'll try to post and get up so it posts tomorrow and you'll have it. But here is the set list for when I post this link. Wanton Song, Heartbreaker, What Is and What Should Never Be, Walking into Clarksdale, No Quarter, When the World Was Young, Going to California, Tangerine, Gallows Pole, Heart in Your Hand, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, How High, How Many More Times, which then morphs into Down by the Seaside, before we get back into How Many More Times, Ramble On, Whole Lotta Love, and Rock and Roll. It is telling. It is telling how many of these Zeppelin songs are pre-physical graffiti. Wanton Song is the only song off of graffiti that's on there, right? Yeah. Heartbreaker, What Is and What Should Never Be, Tangerine, Gallows Pole. Yeah. Earlier Zeppelin. That's what the folks wanted to hear. Not even Kashmir. Okay, well, they did that with the tour before. This is a great tour, and it is a 4-piece, plus the keyboard player. So they're not bringing the Egyptian orchestra, they're not bringing the percussionists, they're not bringing the string orchestra, the big productions that they did on the prior tour. This is a 4-piece band, more in line with what they did in Japan in 96, but better because they're tight and Jimmy's playing. Better. I've already done a couple, at least one show from this tour, at least. I did, I can't even remember now, Bazaar Festival maybe? I don't know, that's always been a favorite of mine from August of 98. And this is even further down the road. You just got to hear Jimmy play. You just got to hear Jimmy play, and you got to hear Michael Lee and Charlie Jones sync with him. I mean, they're good musicians. They always did fine, but now there's more of a melding, more of a band feel, which is nice. Really nice. So what are we going to play first? What we're going to play first is we're going to play the song I like off of Clarksdale, Heart in Your Hand, and then we're going to play some Zeppelin tunes. Alrighty? Heart in Your Hand, really nice surf kind of sound. Slower than I would like it to be, but I'm not Jimmy Page. This could easily be like a Chris Isaak tune, and I mean that in a good way. Alright, friendos, enjoy, please.
Long ago Do your lips still call my name? Would your mouth still taste the same? There I learned sweet words. Oh, a priceless mercy here. Oh, I see. Oh, cross the memory lingers. My heart is in your hand. My heart is in your hand. Should I fall beside the road, everlasting wandering soul, and the memory is sublime. Oh, my heart will stay, oh yeah, as I walk the purple hill of long ago. I know my heart is in your hand. My heart is in your hand. Oh, oh,
Nice. I grabbed the wrong thing and started talking into it. That's silly. Nice, right? Good sound quality. Fantastic sound quality. The only caveat I have with this recording is that Robert's mic is a little hot, and his voice, the sibilance, crackles and distorts now and again. Think of it as if you're listening on an FM radio in your car and it just fuzzes out just a touch. Nothing crazy, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention before you brought it to mine. Yeah. I do wish they had done more work together, Jimmy and Robert. I mean, I'm glad that Jimmy did the Zocros thing, which was also amazing. But I wish they had done more together. I wish Jonesy had done more with them too. I wish. Same thing as all you guys, most of you guys anyway. But we have what we have, and that's it. I also have their only appearance in 1997, which was I think it was a charity appearance in Paris. And That is a nice one because they did Over the Hills and Far Away, which I think is the only time Page Plant ever did that. And they did a couple other tunes, cover tunes, and things like that. Fun gig. I'm going to do that one next, probably as a bonus. So heads up on that. What else do we have to listen to, friends? Well, let me tell you. We have the always fun, always ubiquitous, since I don't think there's been a Page Plant show that I haven't played this song. I should consult the spreadsheet. Fuck, which I have to update. I'm a terrible podcast host. I'm sorry, guys. At least I'm reliable. I get the show out every Thursday or Wednesday. Tonight's Wednesday. You get it early because I love you. I get the show out, but Jesus, the logistics, I'm sorry. I apologize. You deserve more, especially the patrons. But I'm working on it. My assistant is slowly getting up to speed, and in another couple weeks, I will be able to take time off, or at least start going home on time again. Although those fat overtime paychecks are nice, it's also killing me, because I hate work and I love doing nothing. All right, enough of me bitching. What are we going to play next? We're going to play Babe, I'm Going to Leave You, a song that I play from other Page Plant shows because it's usually fucking awesome because Jimmy plays wonderfully. All right, friendos, Babe, I'm Going to Leave You, same show. Enjoy.
Oh, baby, 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 I'm gonna live. Baby, I really gotta leave. Leave you when the summertime. When the sun comes around. Leave you when the summer comes along. That's what it's calling me. Oh, the way it used to do. And when you want what you do, and you feel, and you know what you want, you'll always be real. Do what you want and you say, but I need you so bad, but I'm going away. You do what you want, you say what you need, you do what you want, but I know that it's real. So you don't want to say it's true, but I know that I'm coming for you. Baby, oh baby, my baby, oh baby, baby, oh baby, my baby, oh baby. What you need, what you do, I'll always be there. What you say, what you do, that's true, and you know that's true. I'm a baby, I'm a baby. I gotta leave, I gotta leave, I gotta leave. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, gotta leave. That's when it's gone. That's when it's gone.
Oh, it's always nice to hear Jimmy play. That chord progression, the A minor, G, F, back to G, the occasional E, that's used in both Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You and Stairway to Heaven, as you heard. That's a nice little classy way to finish the song with a little bit of Stairway. I like that. I've always liked that. And yeah, just fun. Builds drama. Jimmy plays fucking brilliantly. It's nice to hear him just rock out on a Les Paul and play beautiful, beautiful music. Let's make beautiful music together, darling, shall we? Let's. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook under the name Heart of Markness. There's a lovely Facebook group of that name with 100, 200 people there-ish. And everybody's nice. If you're on Facebook, and demographically you are, because you're at least Generation X, which means you're on Facebook, arguing with your parents or arguing with your friends. In any case, Heart of Markness, a safe haven, okay? An oasis of calm and civility. Consider it. There's also heartofmarkness.com that I mentioned earlier, a website that has the podcast posted there. And the podcasts, obviously you found them because you're listening to it, but they're everywhere. Everywhere you find podcasts, you'll find Heart of Markness, even Spotify. And YouTube as well, for those that prefer YouTube. And if you like what I do and you like how I do it, and you're of a mind and have the means to do so, consider becoming a patron of the podcast and, contribute to keeping the lights on here. Take a look at patreon.com/heartofmarkness to see if there's anything there that appeals to you. And among the benefits listed there, You also get your name, unless you tell me not to, your name read every week as one of the titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble but mighty podcast. So we have a couple new ones. A Laurel and a hearty handshake go out to John from West Footscray. Thank you, John. Andrew, Philip, Picard, Kneggern, Jeff, Chris, Rob from Melbourne, Australia, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, David, Other David, Bonzo Billy, and Mimo. Thank you, my friends. Your patronage materially benefits me in a tangible way and makes it so I never have to worry about paying for SoundCloud to host the podcast and Mega to host the shows that I share. And whoever the fuck I play. Oh my God, I can't remember whoever hosts my website. I can't think of the name right now. That's funny. Anyway, I pay him every month thanks to you. And it means the world to me. It means the world to me, and you really, really help. Thank you very much. I don't deserve you. All right, that's done. Let's jump back into the podcast. And what do I have for you? Well, I have that big old how many more times sandwich that we discussed earlier. With how many more times, and then Down by the Seaside, which is really nice to hear. They didn't play that in Zeppelin, and it's really nice to hear that. It's a nice little addition to how many more times. So here we go, friends. Again, still Munich, still November 23rd, still the heart of Markness, and I still want you to enjoy it. Enjoy.
And can you feel it? But meanwhile, underneath the Arabella house in Munich, back in '76, there was a little bit of psychedelic jazz going down. Down by the seaside, see the boats go sailing, sailing, sailing. Can the people hear what the little fish are saying? Sing loud for the sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. Pray hard for the rain, rain. Show love to lady nature. Oh, she'll come back again. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Turn away, away, away. The people turn away, away, away. How could they do that? How could they do that? Oh, yeah, oh, do that now? Oh, yeah. Oh, how could I do that now? Oh, how many, 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 how many? Thank you very much, Moonshine. It's been a great night. Thank you very much for coming. It's very nice to be back here in your town again. And can you feel it?
And there we have it. Another successful Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast with another Led Zeppelin themed show. I hope you've enjoyed it, friends. I enjoyed presenting it to you, and I will be back. I always endeavor to make 2 podcasts a week, but now that I'm busier and with my family each and every weekend, which is awesome, by the way, I just find myself with less time. So I will try, and no guarantees, but I'll definitely be back next week with a Led Zeppelin podcast, probably with that Page Plant show from 97 I talked to you about. Also, those little rapscallions at the Dogs of Doom have liberated another previously unheard show. Rumored to be hoarded for a long time, it is, of course I'm not ready for it, Jeepers Creepers. Bum, 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 bum. It is Denver 72, I believe. Let me look it up right quick. Denver, June 21st, 1972. There is an incomplete tape that they were able to liberate. This show has been many people's holy grail because it's on a great run of the top. This is just 4 days before When the West Was Won was recorded. These guys are amazing in this time. This is their peak as far as all four of them go. Good stuff. I mean, Robert's voice was already starting to decline, but he was still hitting the higher notes. And the quality is unfortunately caca. Too much from not. I can't feature it. It's not good enough to feature, but it does exist. And if you go to Led Zeppelin Boots YouTube, good old Lurker, the fellow who I talk about, I think last one or the one before, go to his YouTube channel, Led Zeppelin Boots. You will find this, and you can listen to it yourself. It's called "Listen to This, Charlie." Charlie being somebody who claims to have the entire thing recorded and hoarded, because hoarders, they're like Gollum. They're nobody if they can't lord over the fact that they have something you don't have. So, whatever. So you can listen to that too. Thank you, guys. And thank you, dear listener, for dear listening. I hope you like it, and I'll talk to you soon. Please be good to yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.